Hello. There's really not a countdown here, so when we hit record, we just have to go, don't we?
Don't be picking your nose.
Well, hi everyone. We're just as surprised at the start as you are. So we're trying something new. It's not quick draw. It's not an event. I've said multiple times Matt has not seen Deadwood yet, which is a terrible sin. So we're gonna try a watch along today. That is until HBO probably hears about it. So HBO, we're not taking credit at all. It's all yours. We did not make the TV show Deadwood. So we're gonna watch the pilot and we're just gonna kind of talk over it. So if you have an HBO Max subscription or I have it on iTunes, it's a really good show. Probably a lot of actors in here that you will recognize. I don't know. I thought it would be fun for just two friends to talk about it, and then you're listening to this on the podcast. More likely, we're gonna post this to YouTube if you want to see our beautiful faces. Yeah.
I'm wondering what it's. I've been to Deadwood. Obviously, Eric, I know you've probably been to Deadwood as well since you
Just
grew up
once.
in crappy South Dakota.
How
But
dare you.
I'm interested. I'm interested to see.
What have
I
you heard
remember
about?
going down like there was like a road and then it flipped around and it was all in the mountains and it was like really convoluted and confusing. And now it's all
I
just
mean,
bars and casinos.
the Black Hills itself, obviously they're in a mountain range, so you can't really plan out the roads, but boy, not one single straight road in the Black Hills, I'm convinced.
Right? And I just remember thinking as I rolled into town, like, this is it. Like, this is the great Deadwood everyone talks about.
Right. Well, the funny thing is we'll start playing here in a second, but I am still looking at I have most of Swearingen's episode written at this point. It's March 1st, for that matters to anyone. HBO debuted in March 2002, I believe, so that's why we're doing these now. So we're going to be doing Swearingen and Seth Bullock. So chances are these are in your feed already if you're listening to this in the future. So I think with that we have an hour to talk. So if nobody has ever done a watch along before, we're going to sync. Matt has HBO Max up. We're going to hit play at the same time. And then if you want to follow along at home, by all means. If not, you're probably skipping this episode.
I mean, or you could just listen to us talk for an hour and not know anything that's going on.
Right. And that's just it. I think that's what it's saying too. But all right. Are you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Now, if we've done this right, you will just barely hear it so HBO doesn't sue us. But you can still kind of like catch along. So right now,
I'm so used to skipping the intro that I almost clicked skip intro.
You almost ruined it before. So right now we're at 20 seconds. On the screen, it is flashing John Hawk's name. Now Paula McCulsum. I do like this show a lot. I tried getting my wife to watch it. Oh, jamming out. Look at you go.
This banjo, let me tell you, this guy can play.
I don't know if it is a banjo.
It's got to be.
Matt, you got to look away. Delicate eyes.
Oh.
Also, if it hasn't been, it's HBO. So if you don't know what you're getting into, obviously, we're not presenting anything on a screen, but a lot of swearing, so much swearing.
Well, I mean, cussing was probably just the norm back in the day, right? Well,
here's the thing, David Milch, the creator of the show, he wanted to do area contemporary swear words, but they were also comical. I can't remember the ones he had. So he updated the language to be as offensive as it would sound in the time. So these are not like they're actually saying
normal. Oh, goggity googity bobbin.
All right. Montana Territory, May 1876. The opening scene. Yeah.
God, you can see that this show came out a long time ago, didn't it?
Yes. 2001, 2002.
I gotta turn on the closed captions here.
Yes, you do. Also, if you're a fan of mustaches, this show is for you. They have some good mustaches. Timothy
Ooh,
Oliphant.
so Timothy Oliphant, A, great mustache, but B, he's a sheriff, huh?
He's Seth Bullock.
If I knew who that was.
You will in 2 episodes. So there's actually this opening scene is based off of reality. It's slightly different. I'll wait for the episode to really go into it. But for anyone watching, Timothy Oliphant, Seth Bullock has his arm in a sling, talking to a prisoner who is trying to get out of jail. And what you find out about Seth Bullock is he will not be bought. He's an honest man.
So far, right?
Oh no. Don't you disparage Seth Bullock's name.
Is this guy any of an importance? The guy in jail, or no? No one famous.
He will be for the next 2 minutes. So if anyone is watching along at home, I am drinking an IPA because I'm a walking millennial starter kit at this point. It is called Grumpy Wench. Matt has really outclassed me. What are you drinking?
Knob Creek.
Do you smell the knob or the creek?
Yeah, I love me some knobs.
Out of context, that'd be a meme. So I think like what'll be interesting as you're watching this, like Deadwood, I think would surprise you by how fast it popped up. Like Deadwood wasn't even like a thought in anyone's mind until Custer found gold in 1874. This is 2 years later. And the show like kind of mixes up some story, like the timelines for Bullock and Swearingen, and Bill Hickok, just so they can kind of squeeze that in. But Deadwood is like a year old in 1876. Like it's really not old at all, and like it balloons up. The population like 3 times more than it is today. It was like 3,000 in the first couple of years.
Isn't it pretty big today?
Only 1,000. Oh, Byron Sampson's.
Good old Byron Sampson.
See, now they're not as good of a mustache, if we're being completely honest.
Well, so this is, you said, is obviously dramatized, whatever.
Yes, dramatized.
But this is allegedly based on a real account.
This is a true-ish story. The actions of Bullock are very similar.
Is that Samson?
Yes, well, that's Samson. Well, first F-bomb.
What are you talking about? That guy's already, that guy's already dropped like 3 F-bombs.
Is it?
Jail.
I hope you like that word. It comes up an awful lot.
I don't know how to kill that guy all of a sudden.
Well, he was in jail for a reason. God dang it. You will not kill this man under law. You will give him back to this mob.
It's funny because we just talked about that in our last episode about hanging. When he said, I will hang for 20 minutes.
Yeah. I thought of that too when you said it. I just couldn't say anything at the time. We've been planning this I've been planning this for a while. I've had to like, but Matt, I've probably asked you 5-6 times to try this. Yeah.
He's not going to kill that guy.
It's either Bullock kills him this way or the mob gets him. And they have torches.
So the mob is there to kill him.
Yes. So this would be terrible. And now you have
anything else?
Oh, still kicking. Actually, that is kind of an actual.
Oh, dang.
Sometimes
ooh. Helped him. He helped him.
Yep, he did. You kind of see that dance there. That is an actual phenomenon in some hanging.
Twitching, right? Like they
the
twitch.
twitching at the bottom. There's a term for it. I forget off the top of my head, but like that's an actual thing where it looks like they're running even after they're dead.
So would they have tore that guy apart, you think?
Yes.
Otherwise?
Oh, yeah. That was the plan. Well, you say that, but then they could have taken Bullock, but, he is the law. So how intense were they? They probably would have shot him and been like, okay, now what?
Y'all stay back, but my partner just takes his sweet ass time.
Essentially.
What is he writing?
He had his last words to his sister. Yeah. See, get used to that stare.
Why did he give him the badge?
Because he's leaving. He's going to Deadwood. This is in Montana. So Soulstar, that's his partner. Soulstar will actually be a mayor of Deadwood, not for a while in this timeline. Or actually, not.
Is he a pretty honest man as well?
Yeah. Oh, now you get your first look. Calamity Jane, everyone. The actress who plays her nails her character.
Of how you would think Calamity Jane is?
Yeah. How she acts, everything. There's Bill Hickok. Yeah, she is just perfect casting.
I wouldn't cut it out in the West, let me tell you.
You're just dealing
being
with
all
this now?
dirty and freaking bugs everywhere. And dude, I'm bougie, man.
Bougie, yes. Also, Keith Carradine, who does Bill Hickok, it's very good.
This is already taking some liberties because they didn't meet like this.
It was similar.
Oh wait, no, I forgot. They met somewhere else and both rode to Deadwood, right?
Yeah, and this is effectively what they're doing. They just met, and you can instantly tell by Bill was very annoyed by Jane. And I like how they kind of capture that of a very hungover Hickok in the back of the wagon with Calamity just like admiring all over. I think it's a nice.
They don't have like a love thing in this show, right? Okay.
No, unfortunately for Calamity, that was never a thing, despite her claims.
Now that's a city.
I cannot emphasize enough just how much Deadwood is developing.
Oh, there he is.
Oh yeah, there's Seth Bullock. Where's you at?
Does he become the sheriff of Deadwood?
Yes, begrudgingly, but we'll get into that arc here in just a second. Right now I'm at 11 minutes even, Matt. Where are you at? 11:05.
So when I turn on closed caption, it froze for a couple seconds. So where are you at right now?
11:12, 15, 16, 17.
All right. Tell me when you're at 23.
Right now.
Okay. Dang, $20 a day?
Yeah.
For the tent?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of money in Deadwood Gulch right now.
Oh, because of the gold.
Gold, yes.
And surprisingly enough, when the oil fields were in North Dakota, well, they still are, I believe, right? That place was like tons like this. Like I think they were offering like McDonald's employees like over $20 an hour to work there
Right.
because there's so much money going around.
Right.
What's Ian McShane's character?
Swearingen.
Oh,
This is
that
how he becomes
Swearingen.
beloved.
Yes, that's how he
Also
what?
strong. Also strong mustache. Not as strong as it will be, but swear like Ian McShane does such a good character with Swearingen. Swearingen himself will find out not a good person. Really not. He's not charming, but Swearingen is just so entertaining in here. You can't help but love him.
Even though he's a bad dude.
Yeah.
So when Gold Rush would happen, I bring gold to who? Who has all the lump sums of money?
I mean, Mr. Swearingen hopes you bring it right to him.
But like, how would it normally work? Would someone just have a shitload of money that they would be able to?
I mean, you could take it back. Like Wells Fargo will start popping up here in a couple years, but really, you're not worrying, and you're trading the gold almost instantly. So like a lot of the bars would just take gold dust, so like the little tiny pebbles as payment, and they would like you'll see the little measurement that they have. And that's how they would do it. You wouldn't necessarily have a lot of paper currency. Well, I guess paper currency wasn't. I mean, you more coins, but yeah, I hope you don't mind that word, everyone. If you do not like the C word, this is definitely not the show for you.
Oh my God, she shot him in the head and it went through.
Yeah. Yep. And he's also he's not dead yet, but he's getting there. This is Trixie. She is your I think David Mills just combined multiple people in her. I think I remember seeing. So like she just obviously a Trixie, a trick, another word for the prostituting.
Prostitute. Lady of the night.
Yes.
Yeah. don't put your fingers in it.
You know, for this time, that's pretty good pretty good advice. This is not far off from James Garfield and his doctors poking and prodding all on his back for his assassination attempt. So good on Doc here.
Dead. He's
Oh
be
yeah,
dead.
it was, but yeah, he didn't stand a chance. Now they're just staring at a dead dude. Woo! We're about to meet Woo. He only speaks like 4 words. Swedgen.
The guy that's looking at the dead guy.
That's the doctor.
Yep, that's a. Goodness gracious!
Oh yeah. Oh, that's part.
What?
They found the bullet.
And then he puts it back in. It's like, yep, there it is. Whoop.
Right there. Actually, it couldn't be the bullet. It went all the way through. That is the point of that scene. You know what really happened is somebody in their set design was like, I bet we can make this just over the top cool. Let's stick the prop.
There's got to be some good prosthetics.
Oh yeah.
That is
the legend.
Bill. He looks like a dang Three Musketeer.
You know, I'm not up on my Three Musketeers, but you're not far off, I don't think. Charlie Utter, also a real person. He was people thought he was weird because he would bathe every day.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Whoa, dude, you bathe every day? Gross.
Weird.
She loves Bill, doesn't she?
Oh, absolutely. Just enamored with him right away.
Eventually she hates him or what?
No, not at all. I mean, remember
So,
she did in
well,
real
she
life.
goes after him. She goes after the killer.
Well, she said she went after the killer. Yeah, wink,
What's the
wink.
name of Bill's killer again?
Jack McCall?
McCall. Is he in here?
Yes.
Not right away though.
I think you'll see him this episode.
Oh my god, it's the Donner Party.
Yeah,
But
no, that's 30 years before.
What's that?
It's 30 years before. I think. Yeah, so get used to these faces, especially the little girl right there, poking her head out.
Back to Minnesota.
That is weird. Growing up in a state that does not, let's just say, get a lot of publicity, to hear like names, you're like, I know where that is.
You know what's? I was just thinking when she said Minnesota, I was like, dang, Minnesota. But I forgot it's the state over. But it probably takes weeks to get there.
Yeah. It's a 6-hour drive across from one end.
That's just to get to the cross South Dakota. You're not even in Minnesota. It's still a couple hours.
Oh, Soul Star. Understanding he needs to be a businessman. Also a real place. Star and Bullock hardware.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Really happened.
Star and Bullock what?
Star and Bullock hardware. They're going to mine the miners. I don't know if we've come across that term yet, but. And yes, they did pay an absorbent amount because there's a lot of money and they'll make it. They can basically charge whatever they want for pickaxes if they're the only ones in town, and people will gladly, well, not gladly, but they'll pay it.
Well, and I'm sure they break a lot of tools.
They do. Do you ever watch Sons of Anarchy?
Yes, I have. Good show.
She's the Irish girl, like the main Irish. Yeah,
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
I knew that she looked a little familiar. There's a lot of like not top tier, but like people that get around in shows.
Right. I was about to say the guy that played like Charlie Utter, he's the sheriff in Sons of Anarchy.
Who created the show?
David Milch.
Okay.
Yeah, very. This itself is pretty on par for Swearingen in real life. He was if it wasn't for this show, one, he'd likely just be forgotten for all of eternity. There wouldn't be a reason to really talk about him. But
why did he do?
Because she killed a client.
Even though he beat the ever-living crap out of her?
Yes, but it will cost Swearingen money if it gets around that his girls kill clients.
Right. His voice is awesome. Here I am.
Bill's?
Mm-hmm.
Keith Carradine does a very good job for Bill. Do damp palms run in your family, Matt?
Nope, can't say that. They can't say that they did.
The Jackson clan isn't known for their palmy hands. Oh, look at this. I love how starstruck everyone is, and Bill is so over this. If you remember, at this stage in his life, he is just past the Buffalo Bill. Like,
yep. I was just going to ask about that.
He's over celebrity. For anyone who is also watching this for the first time, it's amazing how charming they will make the racism and all of the swearing and just the horrible things that they do. They'll make it somehow charming by the end of the series. There's only 3 seasons.
Didn't they come out with a movie?
Yes, like a decade after, because I mean, without giving too much away, it ends on a tremendous cliffhanger after the best season. The 3rd season is so freaking good, and then it just ends on a cliffhanger.
Honestly, the show wouldn't have ended if there was streaming.
I don't think so. Yeah. I mean, what also sucks, like Ian McShane is, I don't know, 304 years old. So, I mean,
Well, now he's running the Continental. Hey, John Wick.
I still haven't seen John Wick. I'm sorry.
The fourth one's coming out. It looks great.
Is it? Does Keanu?
Timothy Olyphant went on to play Raylan Givens in Justified, right?
I've heard really good things. I just haven't watched it.
Great show. Great show.
I just think he does. Like, I don't. What I would say, like, you're obviously watching Deadwood for entertainment, not for historical accuracy. But as far as like the characters and like their vibe, I think they do a good job. Now, Bullock's story arc takes a few odd turns that I think the family wasn't too thrilled about, but
what I just don't. I mean, I get it. Money is obviously the appeal, but looking around, like, oh, I'd be like, what am I doing here?
In Deadwood,
yes.
Part of me thinks that would be fun for like a week.
There's just got to be someone. There's no Law and Order.
There's not. I mean, it is. They are literally on illegal land.
What's that?
They are literally on illegal land. They should not be here legally.
Native Americans still own it, technically, right?
Yeah, and the Fort Laramie Treaty of 1868. This is when it's really getting breached. So yes, they're all trespassers here. Bullock is he's a Bullock understands that, so that the owner of the tent or like his partner of the tent went into the Bullock's crowd because they have all their attention and like, oh, look at this bar of soap I bought for 50 cents with a $5 bill in the wrapper. Don't you all want
try and get him like, go come over here and it can be yours too.
And Bullock is like, get the F out of here. And then he does that stare, which by the way, he does that stare a lot. It's a good stare though.
I always laugh because it's like everyone looks all dirty and stuff, but then they always show a guy that's so cleanly dressed, wearing a suit. Oh my God, it's Timothy Olyphant. Or not Timothy Olyphant.
I don't know who this is.
Timothy Amundsen. He's in one of my favorite shows, Psych. He's great.
Oh, he's a dandy here.
Unfortunately, in real life, he had a stroke. Left side of his
that's too bad.
But so Psych created a movie specifically for that, where it took that into account and everything. So it explained how he was like, not all functioning and everything.
That's good. That's great.
Is he a main character or just not really?
For the first season. I wouldn't say main character. But
I wonder what happens to him.
But how does it happen?
Oh, no.
I'll try to keep the spoilers just in case there's the off chance. But it was like, you know what? This is a good show. Other than these two idiots talking over it, it's pretty.
So is every season follow like a specific story, or is every episode kind of just an episode?
Every season leads into it. I mean, really, they do leave a really big cliffhanger in the end in 3, but they do a good job of closing the season before, instead of like leading on to the next one.
Third season.
Yeah. Because like the show was really gaining momentum. I can't remember the reason it was canceled, but
yeah. Oh, Driscoll.
You're thinking
who is Driscoll again?
No one.
Oh,
that I know of.
Who am I thinking of?
You're thinking of the O'Driscolls from Red Dead 2.
No, because I've never played that game.
Well, you should. Gosh dang it. The number 10 saloon. You'll recognize
That's still
the
around.
principal.
Isn't that still a...
Yeah, they have his death chair right above the door when you walk in. If you recognize the principal from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Who did some time in jail.
Did he? Do I want to know why?
No, you really don't.
No.
Bad dude right there. Bad dude.
Well, which is still no Deadwood Pioneer. I think that still exists. I was thinking of the Black Hills Pioneer, the newspaper. The guy in the center there is Jack McCall. Not a good mustache. Probably the weakest of the show.
Jack McCall, you son of a...
Famous for doing one thing. If only we could all be so lucky. I love that stare.
Dude, were they really... I wonder if the people were really like that when they saw him.
I'm sure. Well, they were all awestruck. He was a legend in his own time. Keep in mind, he like in the real... If this was his actual timeline, he was just married like 3 months before to Agnes Lake.
What was his reasoning for Deadwood again? I can't remember.
I think he just didn't want to be in the East Coast anymore. He was tired of being a celebrity. He wanted to be out west. I do think part of him wanted to die. I don't think that's unreasonable to think.
Does that kind of portray in the show or not really?
Yes and no. You can just kind of tell he doesn't care. Like he is over being a celebrity. Not to like ruin anything for it, but like Bullock doesn't actually show up in Deadwood until literally the day after Hickok is shot. Swearingen, I think, is just before. I think I got to look back on that though, but neither of them.
Oh, so he wasn't. So Swearinger wasn't like a big part of the town at that point.
Oh, he was. Oh, what town did he found? Not Belfouche was Bullock. Swearingen was like the second. If you mess with the timeline, I won't get into too much because we're going to cover him. But this is actually the Gem, which is what they're in right now. The Gem is the famous saloon that we all know that obviously is like closed. It's burned down a couple of times. Spoiler. But this is the second saloon he's opened. The first saloon he opened is actually called the Cricket. And it was literally like 8 feet wide, but like 70 feet long. It was just like a hallway. But he took it. But yeah. If you can't tell, they're playing this man. I don't know if we missed that plot, but yes, they're all in this together and they're trying to screw this poor Irishman. As an Irishman, I'm half offended.
That's so funny. I'll go no farther. 19. He spits in his hand again.
Do you have a favorite
So
mustache?
Oliphant so far, but so they just bought something for 20 grand.
Yes.
Was it gold?
Plot, like the stake of
But
land,
why were they going up?
because
How
they
are they
were
playing
trying.
that guy?
I think they were selling it to him because they kind of. I got it. Well, I'd have to track that back. So who's ever actually paying attention to this, will know now. But um, I think they just sold him a bad plot of land. Like they.
uh,
I forget the name of the saloon owner name, but he's a real person as well. I think he actually opened the Gem. No, the Belly Union, which hasn't quite happened yet, but I think that's in this episode. The Belly Union will happen, which was just the main rival bar for Swearingen, which actually opened first in real life, but here they make it sound like Swearingen was open first, but that's just for dramatic purposes. They had storylines to get to.
so this guy is making a deal with the bartender to frequent. Bill will frequent only that bar and get a stipend from that dude. Half of it will go to Bill, the other half will go to a fund for him.
I think the deal, because like Bill is such a celebrity and Bill will just rack up a lot of gambling debt. This is utter looking out for his buddy. Oh, it was the reverse of what I said. So whatever I said before, it was the reverse. I think now that I remember, somebody was actually on the plot of land and then saw, oh, actually, there's a lot of gold there. We should really take this away from him. And then they screwed him out of the.
So this is his wife.
Yes.
Is he a real character? No, real person.
Nope. Not that I'm aware of. She isn't either. Actually, I don't know what I'm talking about. I think I just remember what actually is going on, but I'm going to shut up and stop explaining it because I've been wrong 3 times. And
That makes it more exciting.
The dandy here, just bought some land.
I didn't even catch his name.
I forget it too.
He dies anyways. Who cares?
Yeah, but how?
Wild Bill.
I mean, we can take a pool on it. So this is Chinatown. Chinatown was actually a big deal in Deadwood.
Oh my God, they just dropped the dude and the pigs are eating them.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Oh, it showed his stomach being ripped open.
Yeah. For anyone who is in sync, I am at 35, 44, 45, 46, 47. I think, Matt, I think you're just a scooch behind me, but.
Oh, those three screwed the other guy over.
Yep. I think so. Like, maybe don't. Yeah, I'm sorry. You just get the feeling that Swearingen is just playing all involved, which is pretty on par. What a good deal for Swearingen. I could give you real money or credit at my gambling tables. And he takes the gambling tables.
But the way he was looking, it was like, you're taking the table money.
Yeah, that's probably fair. Deaf and dumb. That's exciting.
Sure plays a mean pinball.
There's Farnham. He will be the actually I won't get into it. He's kind of the boy to Swearingen.
Looks like it already. Did you see what I did? I couldn't
You see what?
barely.
I do also like how the amount of blank angry stares in this show is astronomical between Swearingen and Bullock. Bullock just never moved. Bullock has just looked like he's always angry. I don't know if that's accurate to Seth Bullock in real life or not. I'm only about halfway done through his episode, so I haven't got a real good sense of the type of person he is, but I think he would have liked it that way anyway.
They're like, cool, dude. Yeah.
He is going, I mean, he is a former pastor. He has some issues. You see that more in other episodes, but
Is this dude gonna steal all their stuff?
no. He's a good man. Not everyone in Deadwood is a complete monster. Nothing suspicious about me.
Frickin' spearfish.
Scourge of the Earth. That's spearfish.
It's actually pretty nice.
No, they're all terrible.
Oh no.
Now you're thinking. I was waiting for that to click. Nothing suspicious about this guy at all. Nothing suspicious. He seems like a good chap.
He killed them all, didn't he?
First, look at this hat. What material is this hat made out of? Cotton candy? Like, it looks like it's nothing. Pure wool. Oh, Jack McCall playing cards with Bill Hickok. It also sounds like Bill Hickok was not a good gambler.
What's that?
It also sounds like Bill Hickok was not a good gambler at all. He thought he was good, but it turns out he owed people some money.
Oh, he doesn't want to say he. Why did he say, like, why is he making him change it to saying he outplayed him?
I think Bill's just playing a power move. He's very annoyed with him. I aspire to be at the point Bill Hickok is at this point. Not like angry and depressed, because that's not great, but like the amount of people like gawking over you and you have to do nothing.
That was funny, that line. What do you think I am, stupid or something? I don't know. I just met you.
Man, you completely ruined this guy now.
Sorry, dude. He's a
I'm
bad
not going
dude.
to look up what he did, but I can probably guess.
And that guess
Damn
would
it.
be correct. I think it was him.
Well, at least look that up, or else you're just disparaging this poor dude. Well, I say poor dude. Maybe he's not a poor dude.
Yep. Sure was.
Damn it.
His name is Jeffrey Jones.
Mm.
When was this movie made? Or show?
2000, early 2000s.
It was during. This was during all his troubles.
Ugh.
And then he was in the movie too.
You're the worst. Well, he's the worst. But now I can't. Ugh.
Oh, they're gonna go check on it, and they're gonna realize he just killed them.
Well, I think the problem is they already know he did it, but they're gonna go make sure because they're making him to ride with them. But it's also, if you notice, it was Bill Hickok who was like, "Let's go out," and then everyone was like, "Yeah, let's do it, Bill. Yeah, Bill, you want to do it? Let's do it. Okay, let's do it." This little bromance that's just starting right now between Hickok and Bullock.
Bill only met the guy for like 2 seconds, and he's like, "Yeah, this story doesn't. Nah, story doesn't play."
Right. I really wanted this to be real, like in life, like when I was started. Like I really wanted both of them to be little buddies, but timelines just don't match up, and I'm a little bummed about it. But at least in this alternate universe, I get to watch it. This is for anyone who's looking for like a real event. This is based off of the Slaughter massacre. We talked about briefly in Calamity Jane's episode, where she said that she ran out. She was the one that I believe found the family, that they were massacred by natives. But that's just kind of what this is based on. Whoo, that's a big punch.
Oh. Oh, he didn't want people to know because he wants people to just be happy, keep gambling.
Yes, he
He
does not
doesn't
want
want them
anyone to
riding out to go see what's going on.
Which sounds like this is that's about on par for Swearingen. What I'd like to see is if they would have continued like past a third season, because like the Gem was a theater. It wasn't just a bar. It was actual, like they'd bring in acts. He would, like Swearingen himself went
What
to,
is a bottle of dope?
Oh, well, they're talking about opium. Swearingen controlled the opium trade. Which
when he walked in, his wife was putting opium in her drink, wasn't she?
laudanum, but yes, it was. Yes. Also, I don't know if you caught that, but everyone was about to leave, and then the guy shot a gun and said, "Quiet, Al has words."
Starting tomorrow morning.
Yeah, key detail.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Can I stress tomorrow? When the sun is coming up, not tomorrow, not midnight. 12:01, you effers still better be here.
Jeez.
What a classy man. Jane.
Half price. That's pretty good.
Calamity worked for Swearingen.
God, her face is messed up. Why does she always get a gun?
Did you not see the first?
Right. Yes.
Like,
yes. Who's Persimmon Phil?
I think that was the guy that rode into town saying like, "Oh, I
I've
found
seen some
this
crazy stuff.
murdered family."
It's making her seem like she's freaking obsessed with them.
Oh yeah, she was. I mean, it does sound like she was. Keep in mind, she did spin a tale that they were married. That was believed for many years.
Wait, she spun the tale?
Yes, it was in her autobiography. No. She
No,
just
it
told the
wasn't.
story. It wasn't in her. You're right. It wasn't in her autobiography. She definitely said that they were married, though.
Oh, I forgot we read her autobiography.
We did. It was only like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Hey, assuming this is still up on YouTube.
Oh, the Wolves already got him. Oh,
yeah.
there was like so many people. There's like all that poor family.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's not going to show the baby, is it?
Oh, you're getting some Olive Oatman vibes? Is that what you're getting?
Oh, is she alive?
Is she? Those who are keeping track, it's at 50, 51, or 41, 42, 43, 50 minutes, 45 seconds. The look unconcerned. Look at you.
He's like, uh-oh, I forgot one.
Yeah, I was about to say, I forgot. Did not check the log. So, this is where, like, this is the first, like, moment just in a second where I think they get Calamity's personality exactly right. She's very gruff. She's very gruff. She's very rough, but she has like this tenderness to her, like a legitimate like sweetness to her. She was a nurse in Deadwood. She did do like she during a oh, I forget the epidemic off the top of my head, but she did care for people like she was. And I guess even in her episode, it wasn't like we painted her as a terrible person, but like there is a tenderness to her that I think people.
She's just very rough around the edges, is all.
Right. She dressed like a man. She swore and she drank. How dare she?
But people hated her for it.
They were annoyed by her, which I think is a fair point.
I believe she did tell a lot of tall tales, though.
She did, but also I think she was just trying to latch on to celebrity and trying to make money.
And they raised money for her, and she drank it all
She
away.
did, but I love that story. They hold a charity event for Calamity Jane, and then she buys everyone around because she's so grateful.
She's pretending to be sleeping.
Yeah. What a hat. Like, what a ridiculous hat.
Oh, no. Poor guy.
Little nice look at the future widow Garrett.
Watch, she doesn't even die.
That would be a ruse. I don't know how many episodes you watch, but they have an interesting relationship the rest of the series.
Those two?
Yeah. This guy too. This Jim Bridger looking guy.
He's going to pay to hear her talk?
Yes, which sounds very pervy, but without giving too much away, this is actually a genuinely good dude. Also, he can see the pistol in her chest, so he will listen regardless. Is there anything more satisfying than like a perfectly timed beer? Because we have 6 minutes left in this episode, and I'm just on the last little bit. The Irishman.
Oh, no.
Oh no, the Irishman got played. Who could have seen that coming?
Oh, no, they killed him.
Yes, they did. They will take all of the money, thank you. Now, tell me this man doesn't look like he's about to wade in some cold ass water for the next 8 hours for gold. They're very concerned. Also, turns out the doctor is a terrible drunk. Look at the. This is not a man who wants
Like,
to get on.
oh, what is going on?
Why do I have to doctor so early in the morning? Remember, Calamity was a heck of a shot, too. Oh, if you remember the story of her breaking into the newspaperman's house or a newspaperman's press, and she like apparently swatted a fly with a whip. And now they have to deal with the likely murderer.
You killed him, didn't you? I don't feel qualified to say. I don't feel qualified.
See what I don't get? Why didn't he flee? Like, The
Why did he
second
go back and say, like, I saw some horrible things?
right. Well, because he wanted to get away with it. So he's like, oh, well, blame the natives. They're all dumb. This is one of my favorite lines of the entire series coming up here in about 30 seconds. The look of knowing when you are looking at two Old West legends, you know. Oh, yeah. This is the line. What a hell of a compliment coming from Bill Hickok. When Bill is questioning who does it, and that like was that you or me, Montana?
Was that me or you? Was that me or you, Montana?
Did you
My money
catch
be on
Bullock's?
you.
Yeah, I was about to say Bullock's response is perfect. Like, well, thank you, but it was you, wasn't it? Like
That honestly, that should have just been how the episode ended. That was the last line.
you're right. There's no better episode, no better ending. Everything doesn't matter after that line.
She hates her husband, doesn't she?
I mean, hate is a strong word. She has laudanum to take.
Oh, he doesn't know she takes laudanum.
Not any mild. There's a
that cannot taste good, yo.
I mean, no, but when you're addicted, who cares?
What is laudanum even around anymore?
It was a mixture of opium and something else.
Let me look it up.
It didn't matter after opium, but
laudanum. A tincture of opium containing approximately 10% powdered opium by weight in alcohol.
Yeah. Oh, great. That's what you want.
Oh wow! It has several opium alkaloids, including morphine and codeine. So
when you don't want to feel anything, laudanum. Just in case any laudanum companies are listening, like we'll take your money if you want to. Nudity. This is
oh.
I did forget about this scene. I mean, really, when you think of it, like this is a real despicable scene. So, like, Swearingen has been just a horrible person to you. Now you're starting to realize, yep, you know what's about to happen. The type of power that man has, but that.
And that's how episode 1 ends, huh?
Yeah, so, not after the cool freaking line.
Well, okay, so let's dissect that last scene for a second. So,
because you saw boobies, that's why.
No, no, it's because he is awful to her, almost kills her, and she still goes to him.
She's the source. He is the source of money.
Man, what a wild time. What a wild time.
It's a good show. I do enjoy. I mean, like I said, this was the first show I had to like forgive a lot because it's not accurate, but like it's entertaining.
I mean, yeah.
Okay,
so wait. Yeah, I believe going back a little bit, you said Swearinger and
Jen, but yes.
What's that?
Swearingen.
And what's Oliphant's name?
Seth Bullock.
They don't come to Deadwood until after.
Like very shortly after. I think Swearingen was in town for a very short time before it happened, but Bullock showed up just after Hickok was dead.
And then was Bullock already like pretty well known?
I wouldn't say. Well, he was a legislator by then. Well known is debatable. He was a sheriff. He probably would have been known in the area. I think that's fair to say.
Cool.
Yeah. So, thoughts on Deadwood? Worth watching? Not worth watching?
I liked it. I liked it a lot. Interesting for sure. I'm intrigued to see what happens.
Yeah. Are you actually going to watch it? Like, I don't think we're going to watch the whole series through this way. But maybe if you watch by yourself and we want to do like the season finale or like big moments.
Like big episodes. I can keep you updated on what episode I'm watching.
Yep. So, but also if anyone listening to this, if you liked this format, you like staring at us, just stare just off of our cameras for an hour. I don't know. It was kind of a way for the cost of HBO Max. It was just two buddies talking to each other for an hour. So if you guys want us to do more of this,
I just looked up Seth Bullock's picture and holy crap, that mustache. Holy crap.
I freaking love it.
That is insane, dude. It's like this thick.
Yeah, it's over the lip. He is tasting last week's lunch with that mustache.
He hides the Derringer in there.
Yeah, like it's just another form of concealment. You have the one on your ankle, the one on your chest, and then the one right out the mustache. But yeah, I think with that's all we have today. We're probably going to post this directly on the anniversary of Deadwood premiering. Hope you enjoyed it. Do we have a sign off for this, or do we just hit end record?
Surf's up.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.